Hey, hi all. This is Ashwin again. How is it going? Welcome back to my series of tutorials on OpenCV3 and Python 3. In the last video tutorial, we saw how to calculate the thresholded image of a given gradient image, a given grayscale gradient image, as well as for a color image. So in the last tutorial, the value of threshold that we were using, right? So it was manually assigned by us. I mean, it was selected by the user. So there are many there are many cases when we can't judge the value of threshold correctly. Okay. So one of the cases is that when you have an image in foreground plus background format. So whenever I say foreground plus background format, see this image as an example. Okay. So this is a truck. Okay. This is like our standard set of images, and I have uploaded a separate tutorial, a separate video tutorial on this, how to acquire these images from online sources. So you can go ahead and acquire these images. So this is one of those standard images. And here in the background, we can see the desert, okay, desert and the grass and all that sort of stuff. And in the foreground, there is the truck. So in this case, it is kind of difficult to judge, okay, what could be the right threshold, okay. And we will simply have to keep on doing the trial and error method in order to in order to like segment this image into the background as well as foreground. So let's have a look at a method which can automatically calculate the value of the threshold, and based on the value of that threshold, we can it will automatically give us the thresholded output of a grayscale image. Okay, first of all, we are going to see it for grayscale image, and then we will extend the same for the RGB image. So as I have said earlier, like the image that we have seen, it is like earlier grayscale image that we have seen earlier. Okay, it's a gradient image, and it is kind of very suitable where we need to input the threshold by user choice. So here we are supposed to automatically calculate the threshold. So we will find an appropriate image. The image that we have just seen is an excellent example. So there are other images too. So this is an image of another tank, right? So this tank, there is a background of desert and the tank is there in foreground. Similarly, we can use many images, right? So this again the desert is in background, and the tank as well as armored personal carriers, right? APCs are there in the foreground. So let's use this image, okay, 7.1.10. So let's see the extension also, TIFF image. So 7.1.10, right? So 7.1.10. Okay, so first let's calculate the binary threshold, or let's calculate the regular threshold of this image, and then we will have a look at the other method, okay, which will automatically calculate the threshold value. Okay, so this is how the binary calculated threshold looks like, and binary threshold as well as inverted binary threshold and all. So when you apply all these thresholds by keeping threshold equal to 127, we can't actually clearly see the we can't really clearly see this foreground as well as background. I mean, the vehicles are not separated. So we can just go ahead and use Otsu's binary thresholding method. So whenever we are going to use Otsu's binary thresholding method, we just need to set the threshold equal to 0, and we just need to add that flag, okay, that is cv2 dot thresh thresh underscore Otsu. Okay, so we need to keep on adding this flag to all the other algorithms that we are using. And while adding the flag, I will also explain you what this exactly means. So basically, this sort of images, right, which have foreground plus background pattern, are known as bimodal images. So once we are going to get started with histogram, you will be able to correlate it with histograms. Okay, so histogram is nothing but the representation of the intensity levels of the pixels in the images. Okay, that's how I can simply put it. And then bimodal in the sense there are like two peaks in that histogram. So once we get started with histogram, the things will be clear. Okay, so whenever the images are bimodal, it means that we can separate the image histogram into foreground as well as background, okay, visually as well as by means of histogram. Then that image is known as bimodal image, and this sort of Otsu's binarization is very useful in case of bimodal images. Now, so this is, we have kind of bimodal image that we have for example, and we are going to now run this Otsu's binary transformation, binarization. Okay. Oh, I guess there is some problem with the image that we have. So It says src.type cv28u c1 in function threshold. Okay, I guess we need to keep this 0. Okay, and once we keep it to 0, yes, and we just need to change the color map as cmap equal to gray. Yeah, this will work. Yes. So as you can see in the output, we can clearly, the background objects as well as the foreground objects can be clearly seen, especially when we use this algorithm with the trunk algorithm. Okay, the binary truncation as well as Otsu's thresholding. Okay, so we can clearly see the object, and we really do not have to set the threshold parameter. We just need to set it to 0, and this Otsu's binarization will automatically calculate an appropriate threshold, and it will apply the binarization algorithm that we are using it with. Okay, so we have actually other images too. We will try to implement it. So other image is this one, 7.1.08. So let's try to use this image, 7.1.08. Okay, so I'm reading the image in grayscale mode now, and then that's why I have modified the code to use the color map. Now if I execute this code, yeah, so here we can clearly see the tank, and in every threshold I can clearly see the tanks and the vegetation, the flora around it. So this is like one of the excellent examples. So let's try to seek the candidate images where we can really check this stuff. Yeah, the cameraman is also the one. Okay, so let's check the background. It's TIF file, right? It's cameraman.tif. So let's use this image and see what happens. Cameraman.tif. Yeah, so here we can clearly see the cameraman in the foreground, and then it takes appropriate measures to separate the foreground as well as background. Okay, so here the image is segmented. It has been binarized the way we wanted. So this is how we can use Otsu's binarization with the thresholding methods in order to separate the foreground from background in case of bimodal images. So let me know if you can add more to this, if you have more things to add to this code. I'll be waiting for your comments in the comment section down below. In case you are wondering where you can find the code, you can definitely find the code on GitHub. The GitHub repository that I have specially created for this YouTube series of YouTube tutorials. You can even find the link of that GitHub repository in the description section down below. Thanks a lot. Let me know your thoughts and suggestions in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you next time.